We love Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you. Wait a minute. I know the plans I have for you, saith the Lord. So if he's saying, I know the plans I have for you, what does that imply? You don't. If you quote Jeremiah 29:11, at least do the courtesy of reading verses 12 and 13. Okay, I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you. And then you will call on me and I will answer you, and you will seek me and you will find me when you seek me with all your heart. And what's interesting about that is he said, seek me, but we don't like the verse that's about him. We like the verse that's about his plan. Now here's the question. Do you trust the person even when you don't like the plan? Because I did not say yes to my understanding of God's plan. I said yes to God.
Isaiah 50, verse 10. Who is among you that fears the Lord, that obeys the voice of his servant? Man, you are in a right relationship with God if this is you. Fear the Lord, that obeys the voice of his servant. That's the Son. You've obeyed the voice of his Son when he said, rise. That walks in darkness and has no light. It's talking about believers. When you really start getting into the more difficult classes in God's teaching, he will leave you at times in utter darkness, leave you without anything to sustain your hope or your faith except your knowledge of his character. So let him trust in the name of the Lord and rely on his God. Let him do that. Not trust in what he can see. God will take away your feeling. He will even take away the sense of his love from you. He will sometimes leave you and it seems completely barren. Why is he doing it? That you learn to trust in the nature, the character, the word of your God. God is making you a spectacle at this moment. And he's very happy, because he has left you with nothing. He's drawn from you everything. And yet at the same time in heaven, he's boasting of you. Look at my servant who walks in darkness and has no light, but trusts in my name.
And I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but at the moment you're in, it doesn't look like God's doing anything, but what seems mundane and what seems normal and what seems like you do just because you're there, that may be the very thing that God is using to shape you, to train you, and to make you into who he's called you to be. And that's why I always tell people, like, the dark, the not being seen, the nobody knowing who you are is on purpose, because the dark room is for development. You just think about it. You guys know that right now, all of us have cell phones, and if we want to take a high quality picture, we can pull out our cell phone right now and take it and have it. But just a few years ago, to get a high quality picture, you would have to take the picture, and then you would have to, on the instant cameras, roll it back. And then after you took all your pictures, you had to take the film out and take it to a place that had this one specific area, a dark room. Because the dark room was for it to actually be developed. And in my life, people think that I'm somebody that just came out of nowhere, but I've been in the dark room for a decade.
Come on now.
I've been in a place with no exposure, that God was developing me. See, if you get too much exposure too soon, it ruins that image. And I think the thing that in our generation where people are popping up, it seems like some people are popping up, but anybody who's an overnight success, I always try to figure out how long have they been in the dark room?
Yeah.
Because the dark room is where God develops your character. The dark room is where God keeps working those things out of you that you still can be used on a platform, but you know are nasty behind the scenes. The dark room are the places that God begins to say, change that, stop hanging with those people. And I was in that season, and then God decided for some reason to elevate me to being the executive pastor of our church. You see, so many times we compare our seed to somebody else's harvest.
Yep.
And we start trying to compare where we are in this moment to what God is trying to do in our lifetime. And God said, you're doing too much. You need to slow down.